One way or another, we all find out. Maybe it's the leather seats stinging your thighs. Maybe your seatbelt branded your left arm. Or maybe it's that paint job, once deep red, now faded to a dull, brassy mess. It doesn't matter how you found out, because if you go deep enough, if you really want to protect your vehicle's beauty, we all come to the same burning question. Chapter 1. The Deadly Heat Trap. Here's a fact that sounds fake, but is very real. Your parked car, it turns into an oven. Not metaphorically, literally. Studies show that in just 10 minutes, the inside of your vehicle can spike by 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And after just 30 minutes, you're sitting inside a metal box of doom, with temperatures soaring over 120 degrees. And that's on a mild 85-degree day. Still not worried? Try sitting in your car without air conditioning for just 5 minutes. You will question all your life choices, but it gets worse. This insane heat doesn't just melt your lip balm or turn your snacks into soup. It turns your car into a toxic, chemical cocktail. That new car smell everyone loves, it's actually a cloud of chemical fumes. We're talking vinyls, flame retardants, formaldehyde, heavy metals, all cooking inside your cabin. And guess what? Heat and sunlight make those chemicals off-gas even faster. One breathing expert.
What is really impressive is that the TBOC, which are the small chemicals that we really don't want to breathe, are 6 times higher than it should be. And HCHO, which is a really bad chemical that we call formaldehyde and it can cause us cancer, is 3 times higher than it should be.
Every hot summer day, your car becomes a slow cooker for poison. That means nausea, breathing issues, headaches, memory loss, and yes, even cancer with long-term exposure. And no, there are 0 government safety standards for chemical levels inside your car. Manufacturers are trying to reduce them, but the responsibility is still on you. So what can you do? As soon as you sit down, do not touch the air conditioner. First, crack that passenger window, open your driver's door. Then, fan the door open and shut about 10 times. This simple trick pushes the toxic air out fast and gives your lungs a chance to breathe. But here's the key, you must do this before turning on the air. Otherwise, you're just blowing that chemical soup right back into your face. If you can handle it, leave the windows down for a few extra minutes before turning on the AC. Yes, it might be uncomfortable, but it lets those invisible fumes escape before they get pulled into your vents and recirculated. And the best thing you can do? Spend less time sitting in a hot car altogether. Because when it comes to heat and off-gassing, your car is not just overheating, it is slowly poisoning you. Chapter 2. Items you should never leave in the car. Let's break this down. There are a few things that become straight-up dangerous science experiments when left in a hot car. Number 1. Plastic water bottles. Bad news. That emergency water stash in your trunk? Even if it says BPA-free, at 130 degrees, microplastics are released, contaminating your once purified drinking water. Not only can plastic leach chemicals into the water, but if left on your seat or dashboard, it can act like a mini magnifying glass, focusing sunlight into concentrated beams that, in rare cases, can start fires. For example, an Idaho father driving around in the summer heat forgets about a case of water bottles in the bed of his truck. While talking to his child, he notices smoke in his rearview mirror. He pulls over and finds the bed of his truck on fire. Imagine he hadn't noticed in time. That's not just a fire. That's an explosion waiting to happen. Number 2, makeup and medication. That $50 foundation you love, melted, that prescription you rely on, chemically compromised. Heat degrades active ingredients and turns your daily essentials into useless goo. Number 3, aerosol cans. That dry shampoo, that deodorant, even that soda can you left in the cup holder. Ticking time bombs. Once the interior hits 120 degrees, aerosol cans can literally explode. And nothing says car chaos like scraping hairspray off your ceiling at 130 degrees. Number 4, electronics. Your phone, your tablet, your laptop. Lithium batteries hate heat. Leave them in the car, and you're basically turning your iPad into a digital potato. So unless you want your vehicle doubling as a biohazard lab, clear it out before the temperatures rise. Chapter 3. Heat stroke is no joke. This should go without saying, but here we are. Never leave your pets in the car. I do not care if it's just for a minute. I do not care if you crack the windows. I do not care if you left the AC on. In just 10 minutes, the temperature inside your car can skyrocket to levels that are deadly. And no, we are not being dramatic here. This is not a they'll be fine kind of risk. This is a you will be on the news kind of bad. Let's talk facts. Heat stroke begins when your core body temperature hits 104 degrees Fahrenheit. At that point, the body starts shutting down, the brain, the organs, the heart, and at 107 degrees, it is game over. You do not get a second chance. And this can happen in under 15 minutes, especially during a heat wave. Every single year, dozens of children and pets die this way. And the saddest part, almost every one of those deaths started with the same excuse. I just ran into the store. There is no safe amount of time. Even if it feels breezy outside, even if you crack the window, it does not matter. Your car traps heat like a greenhouse on steroids, and living beings, they cannot survive that kind of environment. If you cannot take your pet inside, leave them at home. If your child is in the back seat, make it a habit to check every single time, because one careless moment can become a lifetime of regret. Chapter 4, How Heat Waves Damage Your Car Long-Term. So we've talked about how the sun cooks the inside of your car like a casserole dish. But what about the car itself? Because heat waves are not just annoying, they are silent car killers. Let's start with your battery. Hot temperatures don't just warm things up. They literally evaporate battery fluid. That leads to corrosion, cracked casings, and one day, your car just refuses to start. Summer is basically your battery's villain origin story. So, what can you do? Keep your battery clean. Dirt and grease trap heat. Wipe it down once in a while. And if your battery is older than 3 years, get it tested. Most auto parts stores will do this for free. And now, the tires. When temperatures rise, your tires expand. Imagine a bag of microwave popcorn. That's your tire during a heat wave. Oh, and those roads with potholes? Try your best to dodge them, or you'll be one step away from an explosion. And if your tires are underinflated, that is a disaster waiting to happen. Low pressure plus high heat equals blowout, and that turns your casual freeway drive into a full-blown action movie. So what's the move? Check your tire pressure every 2 weeks during summer. Use a digital gauge. They're cheap and way more accurate. And here's the trick. Keep your tire pressure 5 pounds per square inch above what your door jam says. This gives your tires a little cushion, minimizing the risk of a blowout. And remember, always check your pressure when the tires are cold, not right after driving, because when it comes to heat damage, your car is under attack before you even turn the key. Chapter 5, Sun Fading and Invading. Let's be honest, your car might look sleek in the sunlight, but that sun, it's doing serious damage while you're busy vibing to your playlist. Because guess what? Those ultraviolet rays, they're not just tanning your arm out the window, they are roasting your car from the inside out. Let's start with the paint. If you park in the sun daily, your shiny new paint job is getting faded faster than your summer fling. That vibrant red, that sleek black. Soon it's gonna look like chalk dust, but hold up, it gets worse. Inside your car, it's basically a crime scene for comfort. Your leather seats, your dashboard starts to warp and crack like an old vinyl record from your dad's garage. And those smooth plastic trim pieces you love? Yeah, faded, brittle. Basically, interior design gone wrong. So, how do you stop your car from turning into a baking tray? Here's the fix. Number 1, windshield sunshade. Not just the cheap foldy kind. Get one with UV reflective foil. It bounces the rays away before they turn your car into toast. Number 2, tinted windows. Not just for looking cool at stoplights. Quality tint blocks up to 99% of harmful UV. Number 3, a real car cover. Get one that's breathable, UV resistant, and fitted. Yeah. It takes a minute to throw on, but it saves you hundreds in paint and interior repair. Bonus tip, wash and wax regularly. Wax adds a UV protective layer on your paint. And if you've got leather seats, condition them often. Because a cracked seat not only looks terrible, it costs a fortune to replace. Protect your investment, because the sun doesn't just age your skin, it ages your car quicker than you'd think. Chapter 6, your AC is begging for mercy. Here's something you probably never thought about. Your car's AC, it's not just a luxury. In a heat wave, it's a lifeline. But when the sun turns your ride into a mobile microwave, your AC system is out here fighting for its life. Because in extreme heat, your AC isn't just working hard, It's working overtime. And if your refrigerant is low or your cabin air filter is clogged, that icy breeze you're praying for turns into a weak wheeze of warm disappointment. Your vents blow hot air. Your shirt soaked. Your drive feels like a sauna on wheels. So here's how to give your AC the fighting chance it deserves. Tip number 1, do not blast the air conditioner right away. When you jump in, crack the windows, open the doors. Let that trapped heat escape first. Then turn on the AC while you're driving, not while sitting parked. Why? Because your compressor cools way faster when the engine is moving. Tip number 2, use recirculation mode. That little button with the circular arrow, it recycles the already cool air inside. Instead of sucking in fresh hot air from outside, it's a game changer. Tip number 3, check your cabin air filter. If it looks like a dust bunny graveyard, replace it. A dirty filter chokes airflow and forces your AC to work twice as hard for half the cold. Tip 4, get your refrigerant checked. If it's low, your system has zero chill. Literally, remember, your AC is a beast, but even beasts have limits. Give it what it needs, or prepare to sweat through summer like you're driving through the Sahara. Chapter 7, your car is begging for help. Are you listening? Your car is not just taking the heat this summer, it is crying for help. But the signs, they are easy to miss until something breaks, overheats, or literally bursts into flames. So here are red flags your car throws during a heat wave, and why ignoring them could cost you big. Let's go. Number 1, fuel economy tanks. Burning gas, way too fast. Blame the heat, air conditioning working overtime, engine fans constantly kicking in. Air intakes hot enough to roast marshmallows. Avoid long idling. Keep the system maintained and use remote start wisely. Number 2, that temperature needle starts creeping up. If your engine temp gauge is sliding past the halfway mark, that is not a vibe. Your cooling system might be struggling. Could be the radiator, the fan, or low coolant. Act fast, pull over, shut it down. Driving with an overheated engine can warp your head gasket or even seize your entire engine. Number 3, colorful puddles under your car. Green, orange, or pink fluid. That is your car bleeding coolant. Heat expands everything. Hoses, seals, caps. And one weak spot can cause a leak. Top off if needed, but get a pressure test as soon as possible. Number 4, steam from the hood. That is not your car vaping. That is overheating. Pull over immediately. Turn off the engine. Do not touch anything until it cools. Number 5, flashing warning lights. When your dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree, that is your car's way of saying, I am not okay. Check engine, battery, coolant temperature. If they are flashing, you better be heading toward a shop, or at least scan it with a code reader. Number 6, tires acting weird. Wobbly handling, tire pressure monitor screaming at you. That is heat messing with your tire pressure. Overinflated tires can blow, underinflated ones. They waste gas and kill grip. Check your PSI weekly, and always use the numbers on the driver's door jamb, not the tire itself. Number 7, electrical glitches, radio skips, lights flicker, windows lag. Heat affects your car's wiring, battery, and alternator. Get that battery load tested and clean those terminals. Number 8, your car will not start. If it sounds like your car is trying to wake up from a nap, it might be the battery. Extreme heat kills batteries. If yours is over 3 years old, it might be time to upgrade to a heat-resistant AGM model. Number 9, smell something burning or sweet. Burnt rubber, toasted wiring, maple syrup vibes. That could mean coolant leaks, melting parts, or oil baking onto hot surfaces. Turn it off, let it cool, and then investigate, or let a PRO sniff it out. Number 10, rough idling in traffic. If your engine shudders like it just saw a ghost, heat might be frying your ignition coils or sensors. Get a scan, check your spark plugs. This is not the time for misfires. Number 11, you lose power out of nowhere. Sudden loss of acceleration? That is your engine saying, nope. Could be vapor lock, overheated transmission, or limp mode kicking in. Either way, pull over. Number 12, strange new noises, ticking, pinging, metallic taps. Your oil might be too thin. Your parts might be expanding in the heat. Check the oil, and if you have not already, switch to full synthetic. Number 13, air conditioning cuts out on its own. If the fan runs but the cold air vanishes, your system might be protecting the compressor. Check the refrigerant. Could also be a failing thermal sensor. Number 14, brakes feel weird. Spongy pedal, squeaky stops. That is heat fade or boiling brake fluid. Flush that fluid every 2 years and stop riding your brakes. Bottom line, heat waves are not just uncomfortable. They are dangerous for your car and your wallet. And if you ignore these cries for help, you will end up paying for it. Chapter 8, the science of heat in cars. All right, time to get nerdy. You ever open your car door in summer and feel like you just stepped into a blast furnace? That is not your imagination. That is physics. Here is what is actually happening. When sunlight hits your car's surfaces, it brings in infrared rays. And they do not just pass through, they get trapped. It is called the greenhouse effect. Nope, not just a term from climate change documentaries. Inside your car, it is happening every single minute. Those rays hit your dashboard, your seats, your steering wheel. And instead of escaping, they bounce around inside like heat on repeat. Your car becomes a thermal prison. Now add dark paint, add black leather seats. You might as well climb into a microwave wearing a snowsuit. And do not even get me started on the seatbelt buckle. That little metal piece of doom, it can hit 160 degrees Fahrenheit. That is hot enough to fry an egg. Literally, your steering wheel, scalding, your dashboard, radiating heat like a stovetop. And this is not just uncomfortable, it is dangerous. Because let's get something straight. It is not just your car that suffers. It is you. Even just a few minutes in a parked car can flip your mood like a light switch. That heat, it drains your energy, saps your focus, a grumpy gremlin with road rage. Studies show when your body overheats, your brain starts to misfire, reaction time slows, decision-making gets worse, and frustration skyrockets. Suddenly, red lights feel like personal insults. Slow walkers, instant enemies. And we are not talking hours, we are talking minutes. Just 5 to 10 minutes in a heat-trapped car can make you feel lightheaded, exhausted, totally zapped. Think about it. Have you ever gotten in your car on a hot day and instantly felt your soul leave your body? Yeah, that is not just heat. That is your brain begging for mercy. So how do you fight back? Park smart. Choose shaded areas when you can. Angle your windshield away from the sun. No shade? Use a sunshade. Even a cheap foldable one can drop temps by 20 degrees. And never sit still with the windows rolled up. Crack them open. Turn on the fan. Move that air, because if you are baking in your car like a potato, your performance, your patience, and your safety are all taking a hit. And that wraps up our countdown of the top car-saving secrets. The sun does not want you to know. Which of these tips did you already know? And which one blew your mind? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this video helped you out, even just a little, make sure you smash that subscribe button. This channel is all about delivering the truth other drivers miss. Because being a smart driver isn't just about how you drive, it's about what you know. Until next time, keep your car cool, your wallet full, and your brain even cooler. I'll see you in the next episode.